So here's my 10-minute exercise. What I'm gonna say to myself. Exercise every couple days, you know. See how good I get at it. All right, ready, steady. Shoot. Know myself, actually. What do I want my life to mean? Okay, so I would say he was a dog. What I'm most afraid of, I'm most afraid of a lot of those failure, being ordinary, letting God down. I would say wasting my potential. What motivates me more? Love, fear, competition, or purpose? I would probably say competition. What kind of man do I want to become by age 30? Like I said, a dog. But, millionaire, smart guy, somebody that encourages others, somebody that my brother can look up to, mom can brag about, dad can be proud of, somebody like that, What traits do I would say, oh my goodness, these are all very good. Discipline, courage, creativity. I would say courage. Courage definitely is the most important one to me. What weaknesses keep showing up in my life? That's a good question. That is a good question right there. There's plenty of them do. Distraction. Distraction is the weaknesses that keep showing up in my life. What am I avoiding right now? That because it is uncomfortable? Finding mentorship. That's been very, very tough for me, So also, next question. What activities make me lose track of time? Working, hanging out with friends. I want to have some more hobbies, but thinking creatively, playing basketball, all those stuff. What would I pursue if money were guaranteed? That's a good question. That is a good question. Maybe it have to be a great purpose, So I want something big, Dang. Okay. What would I pursue if money were guaranteed? I don't know if I would still do construction, finance. If I knew it was guaranteed, I'd probably do something political. But if it's only money that's guaranteed, then I would try to still probably try to be a good contractor, a very, very good contractor. Sounds pretty fun. But maybe I'll do private equity instead, something like that. What accomplishments do I secretly dream about? Secretly dream about is very, very odd because I don't know. I dream about getting trophies, kids coming up to me asking me what I do, who I want to have most in life. My kids, brothers, parents. What do I believe God is calling me to do? I think He's probably calling me to go on an adventure, Something great. Do something great, go on an adventure, get fight through adversity. There's many paths because I want to do that, but I also want to go on an adventure. If I do that, I might not have time to do the other thing, etc. Sometimes it's not always going to work out, which is going to suck. But what habits are building me? What habits are destroying me? Habits that are building me? Waking up early. That's what I'm gonna start doing. What habits are destroying me? Shoot. Forgetting to pray at night. Doing Bible studies, reading about that stuff, What do people want to feel? I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like they can learn a lot, like secure. That's what kind of mean by comfortable. Secure, comfortable, but they also like want to learn something from me. They want to learn something from me. And also, I just want them to feel like they're around the best person they could possibly be around. Like I feel like when I'm around Jacob, like this guy's the guy I want to most hang out with. What would I regret not doing? I regret not having fun, in my life. Like college, probably. Hanging out with friends. I'd regret not hanging out with friends, enjoying life. I would regret, when have I felt most alive? Oh my god. Getting that old noggin of mine. When have I felt most alive? I don't know. It's a really good question. I don't think there is an answer to that one. I always feel like, what lies do I sometimes believe about myself? Another good question. What lies do I sometimes believe about myself? What do I lie about? There's a lot of things that I don't know. That's not a good question. What truth do I know about myself but sometimes ignore? That I don't always say the right stuff. That sometimes my arguments are stupid. If I only had 10 years to live, what would I focus on? If I only had 10 years to live, I would probably focus on my influence, children, influence my older brothers, children. I'd also be a lot more risky, so I'd probably do something like private equity. I'd build a business. But on the other hand, I would try to invent. What would my future self thank you for doing today? He would thank me for doing this thing, so I learned how to speak, So, thank my student for doing it. He would also thank me for running the business, finding ads, enjoying my life, hanging out with friends, being around people that are better than me, trying to make people better than me. I think my future self would have a lot to thank for me today. What is one decision that if I committed to fully stretch my entire life? I don't know. Fully could change the trajectory of my life. Anything, honestly. But one decision that if I committed to it fully, there's business, basketball, skill, all in on sales. All in, like I'm telling, like cars. Yeah, that's what I would say. That's about it for today. I'm gonna ask it if myself for this video to help me learn to speak. Period. Give me what is the biggest goal you're working toward right now? What is it actually? The biggest goal I'm working on is just becoming a great athlete for next year. I would say like basketball, lacrosse, getting super athletic, so I have like confidence in myself. The biggest goal is just confidence. There's also plenty of other goals like becoming 8-figure by 27. What challenge have I faced recently? What did it teach you? There's plenty. I would say. I'll just talk about Liam. Liam, he attacked me, and it kind of just showed, be aware of what other people are thinking. You know, like sometimes you don't care about something, but other people do. You know, so that's what I kind of do. Also, Ava. I don't know what that really teaches me, but she was the worst. I don't know, but she it was great, you know. But I think what she taught me was that people, you know, you gotta show interest in somebody for them to show interest in you back. You gotta have balls, and some people it's not time. You gotta make it ripen up, you know. Well, who has influenced you the most, and what qualities do you admire? I would say social media, which is not a good thing, but and role models, I would say, person who's influenced me most is definitely my dad. Like the qualities I admire in him are definitely just his super hardworking, his way of figuring stuff out. His talking to people, his speaking abilities, his just. There's also some not good qualities he has, but I'm not gonna mention that. But yeah, it's always very moral dude, you know. I admire that. My art always believes that his end does not justify his means. So if I could dedicate my life to solving one problem in the world, what would it be? It would be finding the perfect economic system. So I noticed some problems with capitalism the last few days is that people will lie about stuff to get better. It also leads to stealing, stuff like that. Is there a better economic system? I don't know. But if it was one problem in the world, it would be economic systems. I like capitalism, but I want to get quality at the top. So this also comes in with like the best government you could possibly have. I think America's pretty close to that. But what do you hope people remember you when you're older? So like I said, I want to be like a dog, you know. I said dog. One guy that worked really, really hard, was smart. He got past the things. He went through adventure. He went through hard times. He has dad lore, all this stuff. So maybe like the lore like Mr. Warman has, but also some like young attractiveness, Tom Brady stories. So yeah, you know, let's get that. All right, see ya.